My apologies for running on CP time. We've had to move it around a couple of times. My schedule's been a little bit all over the place. I've had some things fall into my lap, but it is championship week. We got one more preview and two more sleeps before we are competing for a ticket, the Willy Wonka golden ticket to the Super Bowl game. Let's talk about it. What is going on, Washington Commanders Nation, Philadelphia Eagles Nation, NFC East Championship Week? And Washington's participating in it. We are going up to the Lincoln Financial for a 3 o'clock kick on Sunday afternoon. We are currently 6-point underdogs, and from everything I saw them boys do and talk about at the podium this week, these guys are ready. These guys are ready. We heard from Dan Quinn earlier today, and he said this is the best Friday practice he's seen our boys have since he's gotten here. I don't think Dan Quinn has any reason to pull our legs, lie, or to try to deceive the media. But coming on to preview today's game with me is my guy, Philly 500, Captain Dingbat himself. Hey.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. See these hands right here? Mm-hmm. These fingers are going to be fixed for a ring pretty soon, my man.
Mm-hmm. Fixed
for a ring.
Ring number
for
2.
Another one.
See, Philly, he's been here before. 2017, 2022. They've been in championship weekend a couple of times. This is uncharted waters for me and a lot of our fan base that didn't get to see the glory years of DC. So what is your overall mood? We're 2 days away from it. How you feeling right now?
Well, I got the, normal playoff nerves that you normally get in this situation. But yeah, I've been here a lot. We've won the last 2 championship games we played. So to me, it doesn't have quite the feeling that it did, back in the early 2000s where we would get to the championship game every year and lose. So I feel good, but obviously nervous in terms of a normal playoff game. And, I understand what this game means for you guys, for us. This is a division. I think the coolest aspect of this whole thing is it's a division rival. There's nothing better. So everything is on the line, not just the championship game, Super Bowl, but I think a legacy. I think that the Eagles have really entered a time where I feel like we're in our best years, but I think that could all get stolen from us by you guys, right? A team with a new name, with all that stuff. You put a Super Bowl behind that Super Bowl ring. This is a legacy game as far as I'm concerned.
14-3 Philadelphia Eagles team, the number 2 seed in the conference. Washington knocked out the number 2 and the number 3 seeds on its way to the NFC Championship game. So you've seen the Andy Reid years, you've seen the Doug Peterson Super Bowl year and the 2022 season. What do you say to a fan base? How does it feel the first time you get the conference championship weekend?
It's intense, man. It's going to be intense. The first championship game I remember was the Eagles Tampa at Vet Stadium to close it out. I started crying at the bar and then during the national anthem. I was so pumped up for that game. But it's gonna feel a little bit surreal. You're gonna enjoy that your team is getting talked about in here, and then it goes really quick. And once the game kind of starts and settles in, it's just another football game. That's how I look at it.
Yep. I'm very confident. I feel great right now. I know as soon as the game starts, I'm not going to be able to breathe. I'm not going to be able to sit down. And it's like you're watching the fate of your franchise. If you lose, it's the last time you see your team till the summertime, till months from now. You don't want that. And there's so much history on the line in this game. A team that's been there before. Y'all aren't looking for bulletin board material and extra motivation, but I see a lot of your fans doing so on social media. Our defensive coordinator came out yesterday and said, if Jalen Hurts runs the football, we're going to hit him like a running back because you're a ball carrier. We're going to hit him like it if you're going to take off. Did you take that as a dirty comment?
No. I take it as game on. Game on.
But
That doesn't bother me at all.
Mhm.
Hey, he said game on. So you're going to hit Hurts. We're going to hit Daniels. Let me tell you, Jalen Hurts get hit full speed ahead. I think he could get up. Jaden Daniels, skinny boy, man, he gets hit full speed. Jalen Carter, it's a million pieces on the ground. You want to play that game with us? Let's do it. I'm all for it. Let's hit these quarterbacks. Let's pound them to the ground. I'm all for it.
yeah,
We
man.
wants to run, do it. Let's go. I love it.
And both quarterbacks run. So we know that every time Jaden Daniels, who looks like he weighs 150 pounds soaking wet, we know he's going to get hit sometime when a quarterback takes off with the ball. That is basic football knowledge, but I see a lot of non-ball knowers who are looking to put a dirty tab on this team. They're, oh my God, he's putting a bounty out on Hurts' head. Dude, Jaden Daniels gets the fucking Sonic rings knocked out of him every time pads touch his body. He gets up, he shakes it off, he keeps going. It's part of football, man. Y'all
I have no problem with it.
Try to hit one. It's football.
Hey, listen, the last NFC Championship game, people made a big deal. Oh, Purdy's out of the game. Purdy's out of the game. I said, yeah, Purdy's out of the game. Who took him out of the game? We took him out of the game. We cut the head off of the
and
snake.
His backup. Yeah, they had no quarterbacks left.
That's the way game goes. I have no problem with it. That's football. So I don't take any offense to it. To me, it's just like game on. All right, game on. Let's go.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans there. I mean, like, y'all are a very gritty, tough, blue-collar city. A lot of y'all fans, I don't know, they sound kind of pussy, man. They sound like they're trying to look for a reason to throw. We're putting bounties on quarterback. I think Frankie Louvu's dirty.
I think people are just trying to add to the
allure
rivalry
of the game.
and trying to make it even more dramatic, even more than what it is, man. But I don't think we need to do that. This is a legacy game as far as I'm concerned. This game is a legacy game for us. We have all the pressure. We have to win this game. I don't look at it any other way. We've got to win. We've got all the pressure. You guys lose. I know what you guys are going to do. You're going to be upset, sure. But you know what? You're going to go, we got a rookie quarterback, NFC Championship game. First year, very successful. Just wait till next year. To us, this is a blown opportunity. You understand? We're at home. We should be going to Super Bowl. We've been there in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. We have a chance to go and get another ring and really say, you know what? The Eagles are one of the better teams right now. This is our golden era. That's what I want. But it's a legacy game. So it's definitely I don't need that other stuff in it to be pumped up for this game.
Yeah, like y'all are a team that's been there. Y'all have taken care of business. There were a good part of the season. Y'all were the best team in the NFL. Y'all don't need all of these extra things. Like, that would more suit a team like us who's getting there for the first time in a startup type situation. Me personally, I'm past the point of the playoffs where I'm just happy to be there. I'm happy to say, oh, we gave it our best and we played a good game. No. We're playing against a rival, an NFC East team, and Jaden Daniels has a chance to be the first ever rookie quarterback to start in a Super Bowl game. So
I'm going legacy.
This is crazy legacy.
This is legacy game. You understand, if the Eagles, let's say the Eagles win, let's just play it out. So, and this is what I've been thinking about this week. The Eagles win, they go back to the Super Bowl, second time in 3 years.
Yep.
Very hard for a team to do. Let's say they win it. Now you're talking about, two Super Bowl rings. Being there 2 times in 3 years, winning 1 Super Bowl. And then, if you beat Mahomes, you get the legacy of that. And, look, we got a young team. We're fairly young. We're not going anywhere. So the feeling's going to be like the Eagles, we can make this a big thing like Kansas City. If we lose this game, now you got Washington that had to change their name and really has, to me, when you say Washington Commanders, no offense, but it means nothing. Your legacy was with the Washington Redskins and all those Super Bowls, right? But if you win as the Commanders, all of a sudden you've established that name. That name's legit now. Whether, I don't know if you guys are getting rid of it or not. I don't know. I heard that you guys are switching back, but either way,
it's not
happening. I think you really steal our thunder. You steal our legacy and you kind of add to your own. So, like, to me, this is like all in. You know what I mean? This is big. This is big time.
Hell yeah, it would be the second trophy for you guys, the fourth for this franchise. It means a lot. There are literally legacy lines attached to every team in it, with the 3P, the Bills' first ever, our first ever rookie, in like getting back to winning
Hmm.
Super Bowls when we used to be a glorious franchise, and you guys adding to it, man. Y'all are kind of the powerhouse of the NFC. Y'all and the Niners have been holding it down for quite some time, but man, let's get into it. Let's talk about your quarterback first things first. What is the health expectation of Jalen Hurts on Sunday for you, Philly?
He's going to play. He's going to tough through it. He's going to do just enough to get the job done. That's what I expect from him. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how bad his knee is going to be. What I need to see from Jalen is he's got to be able to get out of trouble. He's got to be able to roll out, roll left, roll right, step up. If he could do those things, I feel okay. But I do worry about it. I am worried.
And he definitely is going to be wearing a knee brace. I've seen someone mention that he wore a knee brace a lot of the time last season. Is that true?
He did. Yeah, he had one on last year too. He had a knee injury for most of the year. He had a knee injury. So it may be similar to that. I mean, we were playing 10-1 and we weren't sure every week whether he was going to play or not. And every week he went out there and he played. So it's not nothing we haven't been through. How to what if I don't think it's as bad as it looked last week, but it's still, still a problem.
Yeah, I know. I know the guy can squat a house. The guy's never skipped leg day. Leg day's actually every day for Jalen
Right.
Hurts. Seeing him get his leg bent back like that versus the Rams last week, it scared me. We had a similar moment with Jaden versus the Falcons, and we all know how the RG3 thing plays out. So when I see a quarterback's leg going the opposite direction or getting bent behind him, it terrifies me. And I remember how the RG3 situation played out. It was a sprained knee that he ended up tearing in the playoff game. Is
I
that something
remember.
that goes to the back of your mind, or are you just like, man, it's football? If he feels he's good to go, I'm sure y'all gonna have him drugged up like a thoroughbred on Sunday. You just go
No.
for it, right?
No, I don't think they'll make the same mistake. I think if it was that level, I don't think he'd be playing,
They pull
to
him,
be
right?
honest with you. Yeah, I don't think he would be playing. But the fact of the matter is he's got a knee injury. It's not like the RG3 thing.
Yeah, it's not.
We've been through this with him before.
Mhm.
So it's not totally like something new.
Okay, so going into the actual football aspects of it, your passing game, y'all haven't had to have a passing game in quite some time. Y'all have only lost one game in the last couple months. That one game came in DC. Do you feel like it's business as usual? You don't need to step up the passing game because you got Saquon Barkley, or do you feel like you need to see a little bit more from Hurts in the passing attack this
No.
Sunday?
No. If I feel like if Hurts needs to pass, he can pass. If
Mhm.
he doesn't need to pass, he doesn't have to. This whole passing thing is the most ridiculous, in my opinion, the most ridiculous stuff that we deal with Hurts every week. All right. Um, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to pass 40 times a game because Saquon Barkley ran for 2,000 yards. When you got a guy running that well, he's not going to pass as much. But every single time in any game, at any point that we need Jalen Hurts to make throws, he always does it. So to me, if we need to do it, we'll do it. But I think it's overblown. I really do.
So Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. Devontae Smith is under 30 receiving yards. AJ Brown is under 30 receiving yards. You think that's a good situation as long as Saquon's getting his?
Well, yeah, but you said okay, the under 30 yards, under both right. Yeah, but probably if that's the case, I'm assuming Saquon Barkley has 165 yards.
And a bunch of touchdowns too, because that doesn't
So,
really feel like.
all right, whatever. I'll take it. I'll
Okay,
take it.
so business as usual on Sunday for the Philadelphia
Business
Eagles.
as usual. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Saquon, man. Is this the best running back? See, I know we've seen Terrell Davis in the postseason a couple times for the Denver Broncos, but including the regular season, is this the best running back season in NFL history?
Yeah, I think so. But I think once again we get to that whole legacy thing, right?
Mhm.
Saquon wins the Super Bowl. We're talking about maybe the best year of a running back in history. He doesn't win. then it's, well, Saquon didn't win a Super Bowl, didn't get the record, and now look, everybody's talking about the legacy of Jaden Daniels because he's in the Super Bowl as a rookie. So to me, it has to be finished off with a Super Bowl. Otherwise, it's just another great year.
As a fan of an opposing rival, I wanted y'all to let Saquon get the record. I know it was y'all got bigger fish to fry trying to get a Lombardi.
I don't like it. I don't like it, man.
You didn't like it either?
No, I didn't like it. I think you got to let him run. I think those milestones, when they're there like that, I don't think you thumb. I don't like thumbing my nose to them, turning my back on it. I don't like that. Not for such a big record. I feel like that's all part of the momentum that you grab going into a playoff run.
Well, yeah, I wanted that. I wanted them to get it, man. I like Saquon Barkley a whole lot. It's hard to not like Saquon Barkley. Very lovable football player, great guy, and I hate that he fell into. I hate that the Giants let y'all do that shit.
They're stupid. What can I say? I seen things where they were showing the Giants, if they would have played their cards right, they could have had Daniels and they could have had Barkley.
Yep.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yep, but they decided to win pointless games with Tommy DeVito, with the Sopranos cast-off member. And, oh, my God, man, the Giants, they gave y'all Saquon Barkley. The Cowboys, you got Kellen Moore on your team. My coach comes from the Cowboys. My defensive coordinator comes from the Cowboys. My leading sack guy comes for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Shout out to the rest of the NFC East for all they did to get these two teams to the NFC Championship.
We took all their good pieces away. It's hilarious.
Oh my God. Watching Mark crash out about our teams being in the Super Bowl, man. It's a beautiful time to be playing football. And I'm glad my team gets to participate in it. So from your side of things, you're looking at the Commanders. We go up to Tampa Bay. We doink ourselves into the divisional round. And then last week, everyone picked us to get smoked by the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. We go up there and put 45 on those boys and force 5 turnovers. What do you think when you see the Washington Commanders and what Jaden Daniels is doing right now?
Oh, I think Jaden Daniels is, I legit think this has got to be the best rookie season for a quarterback. So I give him all the credit in that regard. But I also think that you guys are constructed pretty good. I think you got I think you got an aggressive defense. I think you guys are a hard-nosed football team. And I think you guys you're a good team, good up-and-coming team. There's no doubt about it.
Is Dallas Goedert's health okay? Him and Quinyon Mitchell, they're good?
They're good to go. They're going. The guy we got to worry about is Cam Jurgens, the center. That's where I worry. To me, that's the biggest concern right now. Because if he doesn't go, then Landon Dickerson goes from left guard to center.
That was the Bama kid, right?
Yeah, so then you're really changing 2 offensive positions. If Jurgens can go, we'll be fine.
Yeah, so was his status, did he practice at all this week? What was his Jurgens status as of today? Was he good?
Limited practice today.
Limited.
He missed a couple practice, limited today, 50-50 that he plays. So he's questionable.
Questionable. So probably going to be a game time decision. I imagine it's going to take a whole lot. Like, I can't stand up on my 2 feet. I can't put my uniform on to get a guy to sit out the NFC Championship game. So your center's on the verge of possibly missing the game. That would be huge. Deron Payne on our defensive side, he's questionable. He had a finger literally broke off the bone a couple weeks ago. And
he'll be all right.
He's going to tape that up, and we need to play. But man, we just lost Sam Cosmi for the season.
That's a big loss, I think. That could be something to worry about.
That could be terrifying.
Especially with Jalen Carter. He's a monster right now.
Man. Aaron Donald literally just said, that's my successor in this league. He just gave him the highest praise. Do you feel like that matchup that's the biggest matchup defensively that y'all want to take advantage of?
Well, I like our secondary too. I do like our secondary, but I think that the way he's been playing like a superstar in the playoffs, and then the emergence of Nolan Smith Jr. All of a sudden he's broken out. So all of a sudden the defensive line has been getting home to the quarterback, and I think we're improved in that area since our last game. So with Cosmi down, that could definitely help us.
Fangio can damn sure call some defense. Like I see people named Jalix. I see Josh Sweat.
Mhm.
I see Nolan Smith finally coming on, and Jalen Carter is becoming the absolute game wrecker we thought he was going to be coming out of Georgia. He had no
Yeah.
business falling to where he fell, but some off the field stuff. It was the
Mhm.
reason that a gift fell on your lap. That was Howie Roseman doing his dark magic in the offseason like he does a lot of the time. Are y'all just winning with your front, or are y'all blitz heavy as of late? Because
No, they don't blitz a lot. They don't blitz a
Mhm.
lot. I don't think they hardly blitzed. I don't even know if they blitzed the Rams at all. To be honest with you, last game they don't blitz a lot at all. But it's not just the pass rush. The pass rush is good. It's improved. The defensive line is good, but look, linebacking play has been fantastic. You've got Zach Bond, who's literally a finalist to be Defensive Player of the Year, and
Mhm.
then you have a secondary that's way improved with C.J. Gardner-Johnson back there, and then you have Slay, Quinion, and then putting Cooper DeJean in at the slot. Really, when he came in the slot, everything kind of changed.
Mhm.
So, no, it's not just one facet like normal. Like most years, it's like, yeah, the defensive line is our bread and butter. This year, I think we're pretty even across the board.
Okay, appreciate you, Rudy, for the 1999 donation. Rio, we about to go hunting some dirty Brookback Crows on Sunday. Hell, I love to hear it. Who's next in line after N'Kobe Dean goes down last week?
Oren Burks.
Okay.
He was a backup linebacker with the 49ers. Did an
Okay.
okay job. And then you got Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the rookie, behind him. So,
Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the legacy kid in the
yeah.
building. So Jaden Daniels, he's doing it through the air. He's doing it through the
Mhm.
ground. He's recognizing and identifying extra rushers. And we're playing mistake-free football, kind of like you guys. We don't turn the ball over. How do you slow down the rookie and slow down Cliff Kingsbury's offense on
Yeah,
Sunday?
that's the tough one, right? Like, what worries me about Daniels is really taking a play that should, be a little gain or a broken play and making something out of it. Here's what I've been saying all week, because I keep hearing people going, well, you got to put a spy on him, or you got to do this, you got to do that. I think you got to throw him off. I think what the Eagles need to do in this game is you got Fangio. We know what kind of defensive coordinator is. We know
Mhm.
what kind of experience he has. He's got to find a way to confuse the rookie.
Mhm.
No matter what, he's still a rookie. He's still only seen so many things. So I think you've got to give him looks that will confuse him pre-snap. I think you've got to mix things up. I think you have to pick your spots to blitz, to throw spy. I think you can't just do one thing. Now, if something's working in the course of the game, keep doing it. But just come out in this game, I think you got to use that knowledge to kind of try to throw this kid off and confuse him. And I know I'm not saying that's an easy job. It's not.
Mhm.
But I do believe that, you still got to look at the end of the day, he's a rookie. There's got to be a way that you can show him stuff that he hasn't seen before that will confuse him. I think that's the best way to prepare for this kid.
Y'all gotta have us turning the ball over again. I think y'all gotta force us into mistakes because
Right.
we've been fortunate. We've had 2 clean sheets in the playoffs so far. Versus the Bucks, no punts, no turnovers. Versus the Lions, 1 punt, no turnovers. And y'all need to be the ones to change that. I remember the first time we played y'all on Thursday Night Football. I think y'all definitely threw off Daniels. Y'all were sending him looks that he was not accustomed to seeing.
Right.
That on top of the fact that he had the banged up rib cartilage, he wasn't as active and he wasn't as susceptible to take a run or take a running lane like he would when he's 100% healthy. Y'all gotta turn the ball over. Y'all gotta make us. Y'all gotta force us into mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you look at playoff football in general, the team that turns the ball over more usually loses. So I think that goes for both teams. I mean, the one thing about us is we don't turn the ball over either. So, you got 2 teams not turning the ball over. No wonder why they're in the NFC Championship game. It just makes sense. But I agree. I think the turnover battle is going to be huge. And I think that, like I said, I think the Eagles need to not bank on one thing. We're not just going to run a quarterback spy and that's going to be it. It's not going to work like that. you got to confuse this kid. You got to throw him off. You got to, you got to make him wonder what he's looking at. And I think the Eagles are capable of doing that. I think defensively they are. The second game, I think the defense ran out of gas in that second half. We were just on the field too long.
Yeah, too many possessions. We had the ball too many times,
Yeah, and just, you saw there was a 4th and 11. We were up, I think, 27-14.
Into the third quarter.
It was a 4th 11. Yeah, into the third quarter, it turned like a 30-yard gain. Like, you tackle them right there, you probably don't win. You probably don't lose that game.
Yep.
So things like that. But I also think I can't remember. But I think the turnover battle. Did we win a turnover battle?
Oh yeah, it was 5. It was 5. Yeah. We turned the ball over 5. That's a lot of possessions. Like we had 5 scoring drives. Yeah. Y'all forced 5 turnovers. That's 10 possessions right there. Yeah. And I'm talking about 2 playoff games so far where our opponent has not had 10 possessions. Like the Bucs only got the ball 7 times in 60 minutes. So that stuff matters.
It does. Oh, it does. Big time.
Hell yeah. And I think the difference between the first time we played y'all and the second time from an offensive standpoint on our end, we were so thrown off by the looks you were showing us. We let y'all off we did not try you vertically at all in Philadelphia. We didn't try you vertically. The second game, we were letting it fly a little bit. Up the sideline, we got Terry isolated with Quinyon Mitchell. Up the right sideline, backed up against our own end zone, De'Ami Brown on Slay. We got a deep ball out to Olamide Zaccheaus because we found a busted coverage. We found ways to challenge y'all vertical, and it was our utility receivers that really ate versus y'all. Zaccheaus had 2 touchdowns and Crowder had 2 touchdowns. Like what? What world do they get 2 touchdowns in a game?
Oh, don't remind me, man. It makes me sick thinking about it. It really does. Because let's face it, I think that game propelled you guys. Like that game got you guys on a roll. So, that was a momentum killer for us. Well, not so much momentum. We got it going back.
Yeah, I got right back to it.
But for you guys, you really seemed to take off and get hot after that game.
Yep, we became the cardiac commanders. Every game started coming down to the final whistle. We finally got a breath versus Detroit last week and won by double digits on the road. So going into our second playoff game, what were your thoughts of us playing Detroit?
I thought it would be. I actually bet you guys to cover the points. I thought you would cover the points. I thought it would be a close game. Wasn't sure you would win, but I got to say I wasn't super surprised either. I bet Detroit. I bet Washington to cover. I thought you would probably lose a close game, is what I thought. But I thought it would be close. I didn't. I thought Detroit defensively, they're not that good. So I knew if Washington comes in there and Daniels, especially with his legs, if you could keep it close in the fourth quarter, I knew you had a shot. Wasn't sure if you were going to do it, but yeah. That's pretty much what I thought.
You guys game versus the Rams. Y'all got a half of no snow and then a half of snow. What were your emotions watching that one?
I love snow games. But let me tell you, I don't need to see it again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm good on snow, man.
It changed. It changed too much of that game. It's very hard to, like people complain about Hurts in the passing game. I don't know, man. How are you supposed to pass in that kind of weather? Like that was bad conditions. So
it's nonsense.
it makes everything hard and everything more difficult. But at the end of the day, what happened was Stafford kept turning the ball over. They had fumbles, a couple of
Kyren Williams. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and that was it. That's always going to be the key in the playoffs. You can't turn the ball over.
Snow looks good on TV. Snow is fun for children. I don't ever want to see my team play a snow football. I have no interest in it.
I love it 99% of the time. Not anymore though. Not anymore this year. Well, I'm good for the rest of the year.
Yeah, because that game ended up getting dicey for y'all because of that snow.
Yeah, because of snow.
Y'all are digging up holes in the field to kick extra points and field goals, and then Matt Stafford starts to find a rhythm. But man, Saquon got to be the only person I ever seen glide like that on the snow.
Man, was that something? That was some classic running.
God,
I mean, that's NFL history stuff right there.
Oh, definitely. They're going to definitely send that one up to Canton. That is the stuff for the archives right there. Let's go to the Eagles offense, man. AJ Brown, how do you think? Like, I understand everything is to win, but wide receivers are divas. Like, how does AJ Brown stay locked in? Is winning enough? Because for that position, some guys aren't wired that way.
I think when you get into the playoffs, and I think when you get in the position to go to the Super Bowl, I think guys tend to just focus on that. When you're in the regular season and stats matter and they matter for contracts and all that kind of stuff. I think you get caught up in those numbers. But I think once the playoffs start, I think guys focus on just winning, man. They understand what they're playing for. I think that everybody always looks to go after and find AJ to be doing this or that or something wrong. And I just don't see it. I think AJ Brown is fine. I really do.
Yep. AJ Brown, certain wide receivers, man, there's a stigma, a diva stigma attached
Yeah.
to them, and they're like, I got to get mines, like win or lose. Like, yeah, we won the game, but did I contribute to it? They don't
Yeah.
want to be out there just running around. He dropped the touchdown last week too.
He dropped a big pass. I
Mhm.
mean, I mean, he dropped the pass, and Devontae dropped the pass
Yep.
deep. That if they both catch, and all of a sudden Hurts' numbers don't look half bad, but they dropped it. So I have a feeling. I actually think Devontae Smith's going to have a big game.
Okay.
Devontae has seemed like he's hurt you guys in the past.
Yeah.
I'm getting a feeling one of those two guys is going to go off this week. I really think so.
I think one of them needs to, because we get
Yeah.
ran on every week. Y'all ran on us both times with Saquon. Bucky Irvin did his stuff. Jahmyr Gibbs did his stuff. Bijan Robinson. But we find ways to lock in and not let it kill us down the stretch. Well, the first Philadelphia game, Saquon did it in the fourth quarter. But there's going to have to be something else, another wrinkle added to your offense to attack us and to beat us. So you think it's going to be Devontae Smith?
I got a feeling. Yeah, I think Devontae is going to have a big game. I'm just getting that feeling about Devontae Smith this week. So I mean, it might be AJ Brown. Don't get me wrong. A lot of crap has been said about him and not producing the last two games. So he might come in with a vengeance. But yeah, I think the passing game is going to be more effective than people would like to think this week.
You think that hit on Jalen Hurts that caused them the concussion in DC, you thought it was dirty?
I got to see it again. I originally I thought he hit him with his head, a helmet to helmet, but I'd have to look at it again.
It was incidental contact going to the ground, and the quarterback
What
hadn't given himself up feet first. And
what bothers me about it isn't so much that. What bothers me about it is that every week when Jalen Hurts gets hit like that, he gets
they
hit
don't.
like that every week, and they don't call it.
They
And
never
then
called
you
a
get a
penalty.
Patrick Mahomes that gets pushed, and they call it.
Mhm.
That's what I get pissed off about.
Yep.
Otherwise, just play football. I'm all for like old school, bring it back. They hit us, we hit them. I'm okay
Mhm.
with that if that's the
Mhm.
way we're gonna go. But I can't fully remember if that was late. I thought it was helmet to helmet. I thought that was the issue, but I could be wrong.
I don't think it was dirty. I think it was close, but I don't think it was dirty. Like, I think it was the impact that Jalen's head hit the ground. The ground did the dirty work there. It wasn't Frankie Louvu on the play. And I think
Yeah.
that a lot of your fans are attaching a stigma to an ethical player. Frankie Louvu's not a dirty player,
Dirty
man.
player.
He's
Dirty
not a
player.
dirty player. Like last week when he hit Jared Goff on the block on the
Helmet
pick six.
right in the face.
I mean, it wasn't helmet to helmet though. They were just they were high.
It
They
was
were
helmet
both
to
high
chin.
on the chin,
It was helmet to chin.
not the head. It was to chin. That's legal. And the league, if you do something dirty and they miss it during the game, they send you an envelope during the week, and it's gonna say that was dirty. He has not been fined. He has not been penalized all season. Is
My
Saquon dirty?
problem.
Because I believe he got an envelope this season for lowering his head on somebody.
No, that was horrible. That was a horrible. That was a horrible call.
He has one more envelope than Frankie Louvu. I'm just saying.
Well, let me say this. I don't care about that. All I know is they threw C.J. Gardner Johnson out of the game for taking a punch in the face. That was absolutely disgraceful.
We still don't know what he said. I wonder what he said.
I don't care what he said. It doesn't matter.
I mean, with the ref standing right in your proximity, you can't talk too crazy.
I've never seen a guy get thrown out for talking ever.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. I'm not going to say that was a little crazy.
See, I think losing him that game hurt us a lot.
It did. He
in
had a
that
pick.
game.
He had a pick earlier in that game, and he was playing well. But also, when you're the number one defense in the league, you got to still be able to hold it down. You got to be able to hold down the fort. Like CD Gardner
They got
Johnson
tired. They tired.
is very good. That is not Ed Reed. So throw out the first two games. We get to see each other for a third time at the Link this Sunday. How do you see this game going? What do you see the mood, the tempo like? Do you think y'all are gonna dominate? Do you think it's gonna be a nail biter? What you got happening on the field on Sunday?
Here's what I think. I think come out. I think both teams are gonna have a lot of nerves. It's gonna be a little sloppy at the beginning, and then it's gonna settle into typical NFC East football. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be mean. It's gonna be beautiful. And what I think happens is it's close into the fourth quarter. And I think the Eagles' offensive line wears down you guys. And I think Barkley breaks another one like we've seen so much this year. And I think the Eagles break it open late in the fourth quarter with a Barkley big run. That's what I think.
Okay, what kind of day you think for Barkley, numbers-wise? What are we thinking?
I'm not gonna put 200 on him because I think that's really hard to do. But I think Barkley goes for buck 30, buck 40.
Okay. Bigger day on Sunday, Washington's receivers or Philadelphia's receivers?
Philly's receivers.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah. I'm saying I really think that all the talk about Hurts all week. I think the Eagles' passing game is going to be better than people think this week.
And what kind of day is Jaden Daniels having on Sunday?
I think Jaden Daniels gonna have a good day. I think he'll keep it competitive. I think he'll play good. I think he'll play well. But I think he's going to throw that one big turnover late. That's going to cost him.
You think it's going to be a back-breaking interception, and that's what's going to do it?
And then the Eagles break it open with a big run or something like that to ice it.
Okay, so I assume you guys with the turnover. Y'all are going to win the turnover battle.
I do.
Okay. I respect it. See, this is how I see it playing out. I think it's going to be a close game. I think your offense is going to have to air it out some because I think our offense is going to move the ball. I think our offense is going to put up some points, and we got to have a back and forth type exchange. If y'all turn it over early, or if y'all turn it over in our territory, and we can stack a touchdown on top of a turnover where we can have a chance to score again, that's where the game changes, because that's how I'm not comparing y'all to Detroit. Y'all are two stylistically very different teams. But with Detroit, we knew it was going to be a shootout. And to win a shootout in Detroit, something needs to happen where you steal a possession from those guys and you can stack scoring drives on top of each other. And the ultimate turning point was when Terry scored the 60-yard screen pass. We got a pick six a couple plays later. All of a sudden, Washington's up double digits. That is what we have to do to win this game on Sunday. We can't be us score, y'all score, stop, us score, y'all score. No, we got to somehow make y'all make a mistake, and we need to stack a couple drives up, and we need to play mistake-free football with a lead. And I think
I agree. And I also think Jaden Daniels has got to have a monster game. Yeah. If he doesn't have a monster game, I think you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to see one of his better performances of the year, because Fangio's going to have that defense ready to go. But we are in such a rhythm offensively. Cliff's bag is probably going to be deeper than we've seen it all season. I think we're looking at a over 300-yard total yard day, 3 touchdown type performance from Jaden Daniels. Okay. And I think we're going to have a chance late to put the game away. I'm picking us to win this game, obviously. Do you have a score? Yes, I got us 30-24. I got 30-24 Washington Commanders in Philadelphia. You laugh now, Philly. I believe
I'm laughing because why would I think you're going to pick the Eagles in a million years? Why would I'd never think that. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. You shouldn't pick me. I got 27-20.
Okay.
I'm going to say 27-20. I'm going to say it's 27-13 late fourth quarter. You guys may get a touchdown with not a lot of time left. Try an onside kick that doesn't work. Something like that. But I think 27-20 close into the fourth, and I think the Eagles busted open.
Okay. Speaking of onside kicks, I wish the league would take the rule away that we gotta announce onside. I wish we could go.
That.
It takes away a whole surprise element of a playoff game.
It does, and especially if you're playing team like you guys played Detroit last week, right? Like you're looking for extra possessions.
Yep.
Sometimes you need that surprise onside kick to get it.
Yep. One of the top moments I can remember in my life watching the Super Bowl was Sean Payton sneaking an onside kick to start the half. Well, they were against the Colts, right? They were against the Colts in the Super Bowl. That we can't even get that anymore because you have to tell the other team, hey guys, we're gonna kick an onside kick now.
The Andy Reid era really started like on the upward path when we started the season versus Dallas, and on the opening kickoff, he kicked an onside kick that we got back in Dallas. It really like propelled us to like, a great run with Andy. So I think they're important. I want him to bring it back.
I want him to bring it back as well. So I got to ask you the flip side question. If your team loses this game, Philly, what is the mood, the environment like in Philadelphia? And I asked this to somebody else. Y'all should be good with your head coach, right? But I know y'all be ready to run. Y'all were ready to run him out of town before the bye week.
Does it get ugly?
Does the seat get hot for Sirianni?
I don't think so. I think he's safe, but I think that the fans are going to be on Jalen Hurts all off season. I think they're going to be really killing him all season. And
that's who's going to get the heat. That's who's going to get the heat if y'all were to lose this game.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to get ugly because, like I said, the Eagles got all the pressure. The one thing I will fully admit is you guys are playing with house money. You should go to Philly feeling like, relaxed, good, got nothing to lose. Go play free. We got all the pressure. I mean, we're at home. We have a championship game at home. We have Barkley should have had the record. We gave that up. I mean, we got to win this game. And to me, it's going to get ugly. To me, this would be the worst loss since that Tampa Bay game where the Eagles lost the NFC Championship to the Buccaneers, where they were the Veterans Stadium was last game of the vet ever. We were supposed to win that game. That game I have never gotten over. Okay, I've never gotten over that game. That's still the toughest loss I've ever taken. I think this game is close to that because of the rivals, because of the legacy, because of what it means. I think this game is more than just going a trip to the Super Bowl. I really do.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think Philly media, them radio talk shows and all that stuff, it would be a rough outing to stomach watching a rookie quarterback and a divisional rival in year one of a startup getting through what's y'all are a finished product roster. Y'all have everything on that roster you need. You have the experience, you got the good coaching staff, the front office, etc. It would be very devastating for y'all to lose this game. I like it though. I'm not even, I don't care about house money no more. It's mano y mano. Let's do it on Sunday.
Hey, look, if you guys lose, what are you guys going to do? You're going to be upset.
You're going to
be like, you're going to be upset. Okay, natural. Then you're going to go back and talk about, well, look at our quarterback. Look what we got. Look at our future.
Eventually.
We're good.
Eventually.
Right. And you guys are going to be okay. We're not going to be okay. That's how I'm not going to be okay. Okay. I'm not.
So when you hear your head coach, your quarterback, your coordinators, and everybody at the podium right now, what is the mood you're feeling on you guys in
terms of what going into the game?
Yeah, going into the game.
I think the Eagles look pretty confident. I think the players, the coaches, I think everybody feels really good about where they are. I think they see this for the opportunity that it is. I mean, we got the NFC Championship game at home. Everything has fallen into place for us. Everything is set. We just got to go execute. So I think everybody feels pretty good. I think they're ready to go. I do.
Time to put the cart before the horse a little bit. Y'all punch your ticket to the Super Bowl. Who do you want coming out of the AFC? You want a rematch, or do you want to?
I want the Chiefs.
You want the Chiefs?
I want the Chiefs. I want Mahomes. I want his ass. Pause. No Diddy. But I want his ass. Yeah. Listen. I don't want to beat Buffalo, they always lose. I want the guy who beat us 2 years ago. You know what it'd be like if you have 2 Super Bowl rings and you can say, all right, we beat Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's legit. Nobody could take that from you.
That's insane.
So no, I want Kansas City. Oh, the hell with Kansas City. I want them.
I think that's the only option. Like, as much as everybody wants to root for Buffalo, you know, because they've never won a Super Bowl. They went 4 years in a row and lost to the NFC East. Anyone who gets there wants Mahomes. Like, our fans told me I'm crazy because if we win this game on Sunday, that's who I want to. I want history versus history. I want first ever three-peat versus first ever rookie quarterback to start in the game. Everybody, like I told him, also no Diddy. I said, I want to climb Mahomes Mountain. I want to climb.
Definitely no Diddy.
I want to climb the Mahomes Mountain because he's the top. He's the peak. Yeah. That is who you want to get by to win the whole shebang. You really want to prove yourself. That's the team you want in the Super Bowl.
I agree. I still have not watched that Super Bowl ever again. I watched the, one we lost to Kansas City, watched it one time, never seen it again. Refuse to watch it.
Oh, man, I've watched it a few times, man. That was a really good game. And the Jalen Hurts I saw in that game, I don't see that same. I know there's Saquon there. There's a big difference between Miles Sanders and Saquon Barkley. You got 20-something. You got 2,300 total yards in the backfield now. So you don't necessarily have to be the same guy. But I watched Jalen Hurts outduel Mahomes in that game.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs clutched it out in crunch time, some calls that people could call questionable, all of that. But I don't see the same confident passer now in Jalen Hurts that I saw a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. I don't know that I believe all that. I really don't. I just don't think there's been a need. But I mean, we'll see. The thing is everybody talks about passing, right? You got to go out, you got to throw for 4,000 yards, 30 plus touchdowns, right? It's what all they talk about. But look at Justin Herbert. Guy goes out, throws 3 interceptions all year, goes into the playoffs and plays and throws 4 interceptions in one game. Yep. Playoff football and regular season football are not the same thing.
Very different.
They're not the same thing. They're very different. You watch all the passing numbers come down in the playoffs. I think Jalen Hurts is playing playoff football all season. I think he's built for the playoffs. I think during the regular season, he's in playoff mode. Other teams are worrying about throwing this and throwing that. He's a playoff football guy. I believe he's a big game quarterback. I believe he wins. And to me, that's the difference.
What is your honest, objective opinion about Nick Sirianni, the guy, and Nick Sirianni, the coach?
The guy stuff, I have no problem with. I like the coach. I have a lot of questions about. I do think one of the areas with the offense I think is a problem is I don't think it's very creative. I don't think it's meant to help Jalen. I don't think they utilize their weapons good. I think oftentimes they're just looking to go deep and I think the plays are very vanilla, and I think that Nick has a lot to do with that. So I do worry about Nick Sirianni. I do wonder sometimes that you're dealing with a coach who is just coaching a really good roster. And that's just being honest.
All right, last one I got for you, and I'm going to let you get out of here as we wrap this one up. Do y'all have a kicker problem right now?
Yes.
What's going on with Elliott, man?
Man. Yeah, that's probably my biggest concern in this game. Mm-hmm. You miss a 48-yard field goal, something like that. He I don't know, man. You look at him last year, probably the best kicker in the league. Kicked everything. This year, he misses extra points. I think he's only hit one from 50 yards or more. Mm-hmm. I think he must be in his own head. I think it's got to be a mental thing with him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as a team that we're on like kicker number 6 this season, and our kicker has extreme OCD. You're gonna see that when he
I
comes out this
saw
week.
when he started playing with his hair.
17 times before he takes the helmet off, pulls it off. He has extreme OCD, and he talks about it too. He talks
Well,
about
I hope the Eagle fans are calling it out, yelling and screaming at him, getting his head.
I'm sure it's going to be a rowdy type situation.
Oh,
Philly
yeah.
has it 27-20. I have it 30-24 Washington Commanders. He thinks a late Saquon Barkley back-breaking run stacked with a late Jaden Daniels turnover is going to seal it.
Right.
My ceiling play, I think we finally see a Jaden Daniels rushing touchdown from like 30, 40 yards out, and I got him scoring and standing there like, are you not entertained, and looking into the eyes of all those rowdy fans that are probably motherfucking him and all type of shit while he stands in the end zone. I got Washington. Philly got Philly. What else would y'all expect, y'all? I appreciate you for coming over tonight, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Boy, I hope we put 50 points on you. I hope it's a blowout. I hope that this thing's over by the second quarter so I can just kick back. I don't need a heart attack like last week. I really don't. That game put 15 yards in my life. 15 years in my life.
Yeah, I lose a decade every time this team plays. Like, we got to at least win kind of comfortably last week. I would love to do the same. Trust me. I would love to go out and silence that crowd early and start to run away with it a little bit. But I think this is going to be an NFC East battle. I dare say the last team that touches it in a one possession game could be the one that has to pull it off. Philly 500. Appreciate you for coming and blessing the panel on a Friday night, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Always, man. Best and worst of luck to your football team, brother.
You too. You too.
Absolutely, man.
We'll see you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Let's get it on, man. Let's get it on, y'all. That's going to conclude this one, man. I got to get to my children tonight, man. I'm going to get y'all some more content out hopefully this weekend. We are 2 sleeps away from Washington versus Philadelphia. Washington fans, keep talking your shit to them. Philadelphia fans, keep talking your shit to us. Green Bay Packers fans, mind your business and stop throwing Redskin stuff on the Rocky statue and trying to give them extra incentive to feel like they want to silence us on Sunday. Keep it toxic. Don't keep it classy. But let's do this thing on Sunday. I'll be going live for the entire day, starting at 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Starting at 2, it's a complete championship Sunday. We're doing our game. We're doing the Chiefs game afterwards. And boy, let us win this game. Let us win this game. We are going to stream into the next day. We're going to go off the late night. Appreciate y'all for holding it down in the chat. I got my green screen up right now, but we're going back over by the Christmas tree for the game on Sunday. I had some work done in my apartment earlier this week, and I couldn't be over there right now. But the good luck Christmas tree is still erected in my living room, and it does not come down until someone puts us out of the postseason. Thank you to the over 2,000 people that tuned into this while it was live. Shout out to Philly 500. I will talk to you guys soon. See you Sunday.